Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is going to be something a little bit different. So every time I want to race, I have a decision to make. Do I set up all the recording, fire up the second computer, turn the camera on, or do I just jump in the rig and race? Sometimes I just want to race. Well, in this case, I should have been recording because this is a really great race with a really great result. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back, do the replay, a little bit of live commentary, and I can actually point out some of the things that were happening during this race, and we'll get it all knocked out, and then we'll see at the end. But hey, it's going to be a great result, so go ahead, watch it, enjoy it, and also, while it does look really good at one point, we do take a step back, and then we have to claw our way back into the excellent spots. All right, I will see you on the other side. All right, so we qualified first. So on pole, that was always going to give us a bit of nerves here at the track, right? And so we wanted to make sure we had a good showing. And this was my first multi-class pole position, so I wasn't quite too sure on how I wanted to handle things. I know I wanted to leave a gap, but not too big of a gap, right? Because I don't want to give GTPs, 3 laps on our butt. Not so much the case throughout America. But I also didn't really know when to go, so you're going to see here in just a moment, I kind of flubbed the start and really showed my rookie side on this. So winding up here, the GTPs pretty much have launched at this point. So if I was smart when I got here, see, he took off, and I should have been on it right when he did. So we'll get the go here in a second. Or not, right? Anyway. So at this point, I was always like, alright, Roy lost the pole. Got that nerve out of the way of screwing it up. We had to watch the dive bomb from the Porsche there. But we were looking good. At this point, I knew we had a pretty good downforce package in. We weren't really gaining or losing any draft. We were staying right where we needed to. Now this was sketchy. Cut around this corner. I'm glad I took the dive bomb when I did, so I had the inside to navigate through all this. The GTPs were having quite the issues going through. As you can see, a little sketchy getting through there. Cold tires for sure. A good carousel. Those guys kind of bunched up a little bit back there. And some of those recovering GTPs were catching up to us now. Alright, so after the first lap, we got our first position back. We put a little bit of a gap. We had about a second on second place. So now we just need to start putting our laps together. A little slow on getting back on the throttle there. working on the carousel, and it's paying off dividends. Every time we get through here, I was able to put a nice little gap on most folks if they're behind me. You look pretty good through there. Alright, so at this point, we're good, but the beamer behind us, he kind of got locked into a rhythm, and once his tires are warm, he was going to start to be trouble for us. And then I started doing the thing that's just, you start to push a little bit harder because you think, hey, if I push harder, the lap times will come to me. It's not always the case. Really, it's you just got to clean up the mistakes you were making and the lap times come to you, not push harder so you end up making a bigger mistake and doing something like pushing it through a corner, burning up your tires, or just overheating them for a few laps. So at this point, he was taking it smooth behind me, just kind of following in my tracks and keeping the pressure pot on. It wasn't affecting me as much as it may look sometimes, but it was definitely noticeable. The nice thing is, though, is that we were starting to get away from third place, which was a big plus. Pretty good through there. I know. Had to look down to answer a coworker's question. Just needed some help with something. It's cool. He's a good dude. Most times I would have just said, no, I'm just going to ignore it, but we will if we want to keep, tabs. Now, as you can see here, we were maintaining the gap to our second place here. It was kind of good and kind of bad because what that meant to me, because I was trying to get away from him, so that meant that he had something in the pocket. He was just cool with sitting back there because we were getting away from third place, and he was probably saving his tires a bit, whereas I would say running at about 90-95% of my ultimate lap times probably. And not the ultimate lap time, my ultimate lap time. There's a good amount of difference between what the fastest time is and what I can do, but you're not here to see that. I mean, if you are, you definitely came to the wrong place. Baby lift through there. Now this is the IMSA setup. So IMSA setup isn't as high of a wing, so you gotta give it a bit of a lift. If you nail it just right, you can make it through in the IMSA setup without lifting. But it is difficult and very risky. So something you might try to send it, speaking of sending it, on your second qualifying if you had one in the banker and you really wanted to send it hard, but in the race, I just can't. The risk wasn't worth it, and you know, we were in the lead. Definitely don't want to screw that up. Ooh, that was terrible. Turned it way too early there. Man, hungry. Every time I sit down in this rig, it's like 5 minutes into it, we're hungry. Ridiculous. On the plus side, I'm cooking a bunch of meat tonight, so we're doing steaks for dinner. And then some grilled chicken is going to be for my meal prep for the rest of the week. I've already seasoned everything, so it's just ready to go. I just got to go there and fire up the grill, so. My wife gets bad from picking up kiddo from school, then, yeah, it's time to throw some meat on the grill. So you can see I've been making a couple mistakes, right? And this would be he's starting to close me up. And man, if I could just stay out of my own head sometimes and just keep it smooth, but we're not doing too bad, but we can certainly be doing better. But now we've got a 6-second gap on third place, so pretty handy. And if I was in second place position, I would be doing the exact same thing of just biding my time and sitting back there. It's funny now when I'm going back and watching this, I can see all the little mistakes I'm making, and like, why did I turn like that? And it's like, yeah, I need to clean some stuff up. I can just hear myself using the tires up. Oh yeah, this is when the fun started happening here. Now the leaders are coming through. Now I've got the beamer right in my mirrors. That's the thing about multi-class racing too, man. I mean, sometimes you get the break where they'll catch the other guy off, but man, sometimes it feels like you just get all the cars passing you in the bad spots and just taking your time out of you. Oof, that was uncomfortable. I see the Konica Minolta paint on there. That's going to be accurate next week when then they release this accurate. But look at this. Here comes the BMW. He got a great run out of that because he followed the accurate through and punched it. So now we're going to be duking out. I just put my nose right, just cut off of GTPs. I was like, nah, bro, we're racing. Get out of here. I'm sorry. I saw him coming. I was like, nope. And look at Alcana coming Ultra up there. Mayhem as usual. And there he goes again. But there, we slowed it up a little bit more than we wanted to. Because I figured like he might take the beam around, do want to get collected in that. If we'd have held it harder, we might have been able to close the gap better there. But hey, live to fight another day. There we go. Nice little run out of there. He made a little mistake. And I was kind of trying to think to myself, like, okay. Like, this guy, he isn't loads faster. He's making mistakes too, so I think he was maybe just hanging on, and we're going to have ourselves a good battle. Handled that one nicely. So we were definitely feeling feisty. We were having our race. But when doing this, we're also slowing ourselves down too. So at this point, we allowed third place to gain back, I think, about 2 seconds a time. That was not good. And neither was catching this guy here. See, that's usually where I was making up some good time for here. So since I couldn't do my usual line and speed, I didn't put the gap that I wanted to back in second place. But hey, at least we didn't get caught up in that guy's shenanigans, right? Ooh, almost got ourselves into some shenanigans there. I got to go to defensive here because he had a nice run there of the kink, but he decided to lay it back, so took our normalish line through here. Alright, so we hit the halfway mark in the race here. Things are looking pretty good for us. And I'm excited for next season. I mean, they've pretty much gone all in on IMSA. We've got all the GTP cars now. We've got the new Ferrari GT3. I just saw today they released the Super Formulas coming to iRacing. That's going to be rad. And then I think they're changing the format up. Now, I'm not 100% sure. We'll know tomorrow. Oh, here comes the Beamer again. He's on the inside here because you can't see him. And there he is. He had a nice run up there. So now we're like, ah, man, again. There's GTP right behind us as well. So I was having to make sure I got my car on the racing line and made some defined moves. And this hosed us a little bit, but he was playing it safe, so good on him. And there's time to get through the carousel. Yeah, we're definitely in the thick of the GTPs, that's for sure. Yep, BMW got a little loose there, so we're going to get a little close in. So now I was pretty sure at this point when I was doing the race, I'm like, okay, this guy is not a whole lot faster. He's making mistakes just like I was. And one thing, since I was battling for lead, I really was making it a little difficult for GTs or GTPs to get past us. Just because, I mean, if he would have stuck his nose in that corner, I wouldn't be able to get a run like this going down the straightaway. So this is a good show of match here of like our downforce package and everything. I had a little bit of draft, pulled it next to him. I can't pull past him, but we're there, we're ready for the fight, right? That was a close call, though. That one, he made it hard. I should have rolled off the brakes a little earlier to put myself alongside of him. But one of the things you should always remember is that not everyone's got triple screens. So sometimes your view is pretty much kind of like what you're seeing here on the screen, plus maybe a mirror off to the left. You can't see when someone's off that rear quarter panel. Which you could run race labs and they have blind spotter indicators, but still, you never know who's running what. So sometimes it's better just give it the spot and come back at them again. But getting back to the IMSA thing, so I think they're changing up IMSA, moving it to A class. What is the EES or ESS right now? Is the endurance class is where the GTEs still run, and that's an A class. That's moving to B, I think. IMSA is going to A. They're going to have more car count because of the new updates to iRacing and better utilization of multi-threading and CPUs. That's really exciting. I'm actually probably most excited about that, to see what car count's going to be, how it's going to be shifting the load off the CPU, better utilizing it, I should say. That way maybe we can start, you know, turning up even more. Oh, Jesus, was a scary one, wasn't it? See, we had a guy crash in there. Look, we had another guy up here spinning out. I mean, things were wild. But the problem with this, all this happening, look what happened to the Beamer, right? Pulled himself away from me. And that's where I was like, oh, man. And that's what I'm talking about, catching the traffic in just the wrong place and where you could lose out. I mean, this guy was determined to get by. Kind of some sketchy stuff there. It's like, dude, we got to take our racing line, and really just isn't room for two cars through all this. But not only are they moving IMSA to the A license, but I think what they're actually doing is they're actually going to have those 2-hour endurance events, I think, on the weekends, right? So you can actually run an IMSA endurance event and do all of them, I think, throughout a season. That is cool. So you'll do, like, let's say Road America is week 1, and then you'll be able to do the 45-minute races all week, and then come Saturday, they offer a couple 2-hour races you can do at Road America, and so on. If that's the case, absolutely looking forward to those. I love a good endurance race in 2 hours, so you don't have to do any driver swaps. You just get in then and knock out 2 hours of work. Sounds pretty dang good. Only thing is, I have to make sure I have enough time to do it when I'm not messing with the kid's schedule. So maybe I have to get up really early in the morning, do it during one of his naps, or just wait till later in the evening. We shall see. Those I will not record. You don't want to watch a 2-hour video of me racing. I don't want to talk to you for 2 hours. We'll still do something like a 45-minute races. We're going to try out maybe some of the other series. The other rumor that I heard is that they are going to divide up the road license into like Road GT and Road Formula. I don't know if that's this update, if it's coming soon. I would love that, because I really want to go and mess with Formula cars, but I suck at them, and I don't really want to jump into like these and just wreck my iRating that I'm working on with my GT cars. So because of that, I kind of stay away from it unless it's league racing or just some fun stuff on the side. So if they split that up, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more Formula racing over there with basically no pressures. I don't care about that rating over there. I just want to race those cars. Oof. horrible corner. That is not how you take that right there. That was a bad line. Don't imitate that one. But this is what I'm talking about. Now I'm getting frustrated because I lost time to leader. I'm almost 2 seconds back. I'm starting to push, and then I'm making mistakes. I'm not concentrating on, you know, looking at the marks, hitting my braking point, looking ahead into the apex, looking into the exit. All of that, it was just kind of like drive hard, go fast. Doesn't work that well when you do that. Look at that. Oh, I don't even remember it. I see it coming. I'm already like, too much corner speed, and you downshift way too early. Traction control's gonna be buzzing. There it is. It was crazy, right? You know, if you're running about my pace, you go and watch like the really fast guys, and for the most part, you're like, man, like, I'm pretty much there, but then you realize it's just the little mistakes all throughout the lap. A tenth here, 2/10 there. All of a sudden, if you've got 15 corners, I mean, that's 2 seconds that you're back. Precision is key. All right, but I've got more GTPs coming here. And here's the big deal. While I was doing all this with first place and kind of losing my cool, running rough, third place started running us down. So I was like, let me go ahead, let me get up here, let me get this pits. All right, bang it down.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
This is something I should practice more. Pit stops. I definitely have my fair share of just
100 feet.
Yeah, hosing myself where I've gone too far. Look at that. Yeah, just need to practice that more. I should go into the when I do the practice session and do the reset lap and just do like pit ins for whatever track I'm on, and just know like, hey, what speed, slam the brakes, should be able to hit the pit stop, or slam the brakes when entering. And see right there, because of that little rolling back, I lost a place. There's third place right there. He came in right behind me, and that second that it took me to go back, look at that. So now I'm really not happy about that. So not only have I lost first place, but then I've also dropped behind third. And then as I come to this corner here, fourth place is coming hot with the head of steam right onto my rear bumper. So now I'm not even looking forward, which is what I should be doing. I'm starting to look behind me. So I have fourth place coming. I've got a GTP trying to send it on us. There he goes. And I'm just frustrated. So now fourth place was definitely feeling frisky. He was coming. He sensed the blood in the water. He's like saying, oh man, I've got a podium spot right here. He had already pit, and he's like, yeah, we're good. At least I think, oh, it doesn't show him as pitting. So maybe I'm tripping. Which, now that I think about it, I don't think the race laps might have updated, because if that guy's in fourth place, we had a whole pit stop and still came out ahead of him, we must have been tearing it up at the front, and they must have been duking it out and slowing themselves way down behind us. That's a crazy gap. All right, so at this point, Alex up here in the Ferrari, he's around about a little under 2 seconds faster than us. He got caught a little GTP traffic there that worked for us. Pushed a little bit through there, compromised the exit. And now I've got the Mercedes right under my rear wing. In fact, he's dipping out to the left-hand side. I did try to encourage him to stay over there a little bit, but that Merc on a straight line, this is where things got a little sketchy, and I was like, you know what, dude? You may not be, or I may not be as fast as you on the straight, but I can brake, but let's... Now, he did try to send it there. I gave him a hard shut the door. You gotta be hard but fair, because if you start messing around and like, you know what, it's okay, I gotta give him the room. He's gonna either take you out, or you're gonna lose another place and a couple seconds to the guy you're trying to chase down. Now there, I slid the front again through there, so that was not good. Could have gotten the gas a little bit sooner there. But the nice thing is I did put a little bit of a gap behind me and close down a little bit in front of me as well. That was a good one. The Mercedes hit the grass and the Ferrari was slow out too, so that's the one we needed right there. That was good out of that corner as well. So now we're able to put a little bit of a gap in the Merc behind us and start working on the guy in front of us here. And so this rate, we got about a little less than 10 minutes to go. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta at least keep the podium. I got a shot of at least getting back to second place. First place, he's up the road 4 seconds. That's pretty much out of the case. So we're gonna put our head down. We're just gonna try to get back up to this Ferrari. We are making some ground here, and we've got the Mercedes behind us charging hard as well. Oh no, look at that! First place biffed it. That was huge, because now we're like, okay, now this is no longer a fight for first or for second place. This is for top spot. So now I really got to chase him down. So I've been working him hard. That GTP also, it hosed the Mercedes line in there, and he dodged the BMW because he went wide to get around me, and that was it. So now I was able to push them both back way behind me, and my sole focus was the guy in front. So now it's like, okay, head down. Let's just hit our marks and go get them. He had a bad run out of there, and now we're like, all right, pressure, pressure, pressure. I feel for this guy though, because he probably is like, oh crap, I'm in the lead, and then this guy's right on my tail. Oh, don't mess up, don't mess up. And then that's when you mess up. So now we've got third place back there in the Mercedes. He's 1.7 back. And the BMW that spun out from first, he's in fourth. He's another 3 seconds back. We definitely had some good brakes going to that corner. But the Ferrari was getting nervous and starting to make mistakes. Ferrari did have a good carousel though, so we couldn't make up much time there. But we were staying with them. Traction control kicking in there, sliding it. Now we have another GTP. I was sitting in the middle of the track. I'm like, nah, bro, you. Oh no, then we had first place. He lost it. I was looking back in the mirror. He was gone, and this is where I was like, all right. Let's maintain these laps. We've had 2 people in front of us crash out, pushing hard. The pressure that we were putting on the Ferrari paid off in the end. I think we still would have got him without that as well. We had pace on him. We were just going to wait for the right opportunity, but he gave us the opportunity, so we'll take it. 4 minutes to go. We're back in the lead. We've got 2 seconds or 3 seconds back to second place. Now it's all about hitting marks, braking markers, apexes, and getting this bad boy home. Move the camera as well. Maybe we'll be like more a little over here, see the screen over here, or maybe we'll put it more direct over, get more shot in. I don't know. We're gonna be changing some things up because the rig is changing, new parts, so it's exciting. Don't know when that's gonna happen though. A lot of stuff to build. Turning hard. Yeah. So here I'm thinking to myself, okay, can we get the white flag, please? And I look down, it's like, oh, we're only at 43 minutes. I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna get it. It's close, right? GTP sailing on by. So here we're like, we still have to do 2 laps. Not what we wanted to do. But second place is 4 seconds back there, so really it was all about just controlling it, hitting those laps. But that's not what you want to do there. Still trying to put you too much. See, this is a bad place. I just hose that line. I was like, you know what, just go. I remember him from earlier. Dude was a little sketchy, so I was like, just take it. Just take it. All right, now this time by, we were getting the white flag, right? We just had to keep it together. Now, because of a little altercation there, we lost about 2 seconds. So it was a time to panic, but it was definitely time to make sure, like, hey, no more big mistakes. Let's be smooth. Let's not let this guy get a whiff and try to have a Herculean lap while I'm making mistakes and, you know, getting our mirrors. It was nice to get draft off this guy, though. He did move over, which was weird. Like, he was trying to battle me, and I was like, why are you pushing over, bro? And then he was like, coming through this corner, he wanted to run up on me again. I was like, dude, 17th place, first place. We could have had that battle, and see, this is where I was starting to see, pushing, making mistakes, and then I'm looking in my mirrors, because now, second place is under 2 seconds behind. Right? But hey, final lap. Let's keep calm. I've got this guy now just on my bumper. Probably lose him right here through the carousel. Yep, there we go. GTP going on the outside of everybody, so I had to be real careful here on my exit. Make sure he took the inside, get out of by. Perfect. Alright, now we're feeling pretty good. We just had to make it through the kink here. Take it a little easy. Still a little wash the front end. Not too bad. But we're feeling good at this point. Like, okay, we've got some gap. One more GTP to kind of get through here. We want to make sure we got him. He said, okay, I'm going to sit behind you. Perfect. Came out of here. He took the line. We let him go. But he decided to tuck back in after all. So it's like, all right, dude, I think, you know, you're home safe. Both home safe. Let's take it easy here. All right. There we go. He's gone. And they had a nice little race to the finish there. And we're bringing it home. Checker flag. First place, baby. Road America. IMSA. That is how it's done. Oh, no, that's not the final lap. This is the final lap. Whoops. It's hard to tell. So that's why I was like real nervous. Okay, so even more so. Okay, so I thought that was the final lap. Yeah, well, remember we were watching this back on recording. I would say I would edit that, but who cares? This does make more sense though. So I thought second place had gotten a bit closer, and I was starting to get back in my nervous set again. Like, come on, man, just get this lap finished out. Really cut the last lap at like the 45-minute mark, I swear. Ooh, GTP around the outside here. And then he went into the gravel. I mean, that was freaking third place in GTP. He wanted to send it around the outside, man. It's just like, dude, what were you thinking? Was that third? Something. Or was, doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Now we were looking good. Oh, a little Alicia Spargo celebration there at Barcelona, for those of you that get that. All right, here we go. Now it's checkered flag, right? Or is it, let's see, make sure, or is it white flag? No. Okay, so my timing here in the stand for race laps, my timer is running ahead of what was actually going on in the race. All right, so that's what's screwing me. I'm trying to see what the times were for that. That was definitely the white flag. Yeah. I'll know that next time for recording I should just try to keep track of stuff on my own. Whatever. I'm sure you're having a good laugh. Okay, but this I'm almost positive. No, not almost positive. We saw the white flag. We know this is the final lap. Okay. Now here you go. There goes the guy that ran off. So third place is back now. Okay, there you go. Here's the thing. Second place now is 1.3 seconds behind me. He's definitely in my mirror. Like, I'm seeing him back there. Every time I go to the braking zone, he's catching up. So I'm getting nervous because I think he's got just good tires, or more like that I'm just not driving well at this point. I can tell by my lap times I am not driving well. These are the times that I can pretty much do in my cup car, let alone a GT3. So, but still, we're trying to remain calm. We know we're good here. Even this, look at how sloppy I was to the carousel. Jeez, that was probably one of my worst ones that I've had. Can't say that was so much down to tires, just me. Yeah, that was okay. And now he's under a second behind me. So now it's really like, hey, we can't let him send it. We really got to have a nice clean section here. Hard on the brakes, smooth. Don't mess up. Right? It was good there. Need to be clean here. Because now he's 0.8 behind us. He reeled in that time. And now we're feeling good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time here today, I will get this right now. Road America, IMSA. It's my second ever IMSA win. First ever at Road America. First place, baby. Let's go. All right, let's kick it on over so we can see the results. All right, here are the results of the series. We didn't have the race results, but it doesn't really matter. Let's talk about the final here for our IMSA season. So in the California Club, Division 3, which is where I'm at, I finished in second place in the division overall to Tim here. Funny enough, I was just in a race with Tim the other day in Daytona, so he was booking it hard. That's kind of cool to see those people there. But hey, second place, California Club. I'll take that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on out of here. All right, so there we have it. We finished the season off. I mean, this was not in the correct order, but the video series, we get to show the win. This was a big moment. There was, losing it back to almost fourth place and then having to claw back in. We did get some breaks there, but honestly, sometimes that's just the way it works out for you. Happy to take those and get the dub. Fast and Furious. A win's a win. But this was probably one of my favorite wins here just because I thought it was gone, but I told myself, don't give up, put in the laps, and to get back there, that feels pretty dang good. But all right, that's a wrap on the season. We're not going to do the whole IMSA season next year or next season, iRacing season, just because there's not going to have a lot of time to do it. We got a lot of family stuff coming. We're traveling a lot again, going back and forth. And then we've got some rig teardown, some new rig building and testing and moving stuff around and cable management and all that good stuff. So that's probably going to be a couple weeks right there. So come on back. We'll have the Casual Sim Racing League Series still going on. We're going to fish. I think we'll miss the final 2 rounds there as well, just because of how everything's going. Unless for the championship, then things are just going to have to wait. We are 6th in that championship, I think, right now. So you never know. Things seem to be going well. Got one of those races tomorrow at Watkins Glen, so we'll see how that goes. Times look a little okay right now, but you never know when it comes to race day. But hey, if you made it this long to the video, if you can, go ahead and give the video a like. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and even hit the notification bell. All of that stuff definitely helps push us into more audience members so people can join, they can see the videos, like the community, and we can continue growing this thing. But until next time, enjoy your race.